Australia's Parliament has become the first in the world to ban children under the age of 16 from social media. The Prime Minister says the bill was the right thing to do and acts on parents' concerns.
Labor's Christmas wish granted, the passage of 45 bills through Parliament, an opportunity to strengthen its message on the cost of living.
We've got your back is our message to Australian parents.
Some Australians tonight, they won't be able to put food on the table, and so I don't think there's anything that's been done this 2 weeks that's resolved that in any way, shape or form.
Ahead of what will be a busy election year.
Only the PM knows when we're going to be back, I think.
Among the slew of legislation, a world-first ban on some social media apps for under 16-year-olds.
What we've done is world-leading. We'll work to make sure that it's got right. We don't argue that its implementation will be perfect, just like the alcohol ban for under 18s doesn't mean that someone under 18 never has access, but we know that it's the right thing to do.
The ban will come into effect from the end of next year, after the details about its implementation are ironed out. Meta says it fears the law was passed without proper consideration, while TikTok says it'll try to reduce any unintended consequences. While crossbenchers, some coalition senators and privacy advocates oppose the bill, the latest poll suggests 77% of the public support the ban.
Go Australia. We need to lead the world in this. We need to look after our kids.
I also think it would be great if we had that back home in Germany as well. 55 million is probably a drop in the ocean, I reckon.
Despite politicians rushing out the door to spend Christmas with their families, there was still time for a quick embrace.
Hug it out. It's Christmas.
A moment to be merry before the election fight begins.
Come in.
Olivia Casely, Sky News, Canberra.
Joining me live to talk about the social media ban is a 36-month co-founder, Michael Whipley, who was heavily involved in campaigning for these regulations. Hi there, Michael. I should say congratulations on getting this legislation through. What impact do you think it will have in terms of helping teens' mental health issues?
Yeah, thank you, Lane. Thank you for having me on, and thanks to Sky News for your support as well. It's a feeling of relief more than celebration. There are so many parents and so many families that just want their kids back, in a sense, and in a safer world that they can believe in. And as we've been saying, we want kids to get to know themselves before the rest of the world does. So I see it as such an important day for kids and family, and I think, you know, what every kid longs for or needs in their life as they're growing up through those very fragile years and early years of, you know, teenage life is that self-belief and belonging. And this is a huge step forward for kids to naturally build that away from social media platforms.
36 months, your organisation is named for the critical 3 years from 13 to 16. Why is that so important for our youngsters?
It's a great question, but the brain is developing really rapidly at that time. And they talk about, you know, scientifically, they talk about the prefrontal cortex, and that's this last part of your brain to develop. And that actually ends up completed when you're in your mid-20s. So at that fragile time of 13, 14, 15, your emotions are high, your judgment is challenging, and you're constantly trying to figure things out. So that's why you find kids obsessed with whatever the pop culture might be. They're also sensitive as well. And social media is, without a doubt, an insecurity amplifier. So if we can remove that and have kids build resilience just simply by being themselves without that distraction, then that's got to be a great thing.
But some people say that people can still look up content on YouTube or other means, and, you know, what's going to be the alternative that they turn to when they don't have social media?
You know, what's great, I mean, my next door neighbour, Will, he's 15, and he said, mate, we're already off Snapchat. We're already started our own WhatsApp group, because really all they're using it is a messaging group. So that's fine. Go on WhatsApp. I think that's a really, really healthy thing to do. And that's a closed network. So that's free from the creeps that you might get out there. It's free from the smart algorithms that exist on a lot of the social media platforms that drive addiction. So there's different ways of doing things. And the other point is, we're not banning the internet. You can't ban the internet. And in fact, we're not even banning social media. there's a great place for social media. It's just not in front of the eyes of kids aged between 13 and 16, or anybody under the age of 16.
Thank you so much, and good on you. 36 months, a co-founder, Michael Whippley.